Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the Football Corner. Welcome back to another live stream, another show, another video on the channel. Big ups to everybody who has tuned in. Big ups to you all who has tuned in. We've got 6 people in here already, so big ups to you guys coming in here nice and early. Big ups to everybody who is smashing the like button. Make sure you are doing that for me. Make sure you are subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you're getting that done for me. Welcome back to another episode of Cold Hard Truths. Episode 7 of this little show that I got going on. I am joined by the man of the hour, the Man City fan that you see absolutely everywhere. It's none other than the main man, Mr. LB in the building. LB,
Come
how you
on.
doing, my brother?
What an intro that was. That was sick. Yeah, man, chilling, innit? And that intro video got me ready to go into battle, man. So you better hit some hard questions, bro, because I'm ready. I'm pumped up for this. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. How you doing, bro?
That
You good?
intro, listen, I'm good, man. I'm good. That intro gives me goosebumps. By the way, for context, that is the music that they play in the Emirates, and then they show like clips of Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? So it's exactly like that, but it's played in the Emirates. So that's the context behind that, bro. That's why every time I see that intro, it gives me goosebumps because I feel like I'm in the Emirates. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, listen, we're here to talk. You know, it's cold hard truth, so we're here to only spit the truth, only speak the truth on this show. And we're going to be speaking about Manchester City. We're going to be speaking about the title race. We're going to be speaking about Pep, possibly leaving, when he might leave, how long he's got left in the Premier League. We're going to be talking about the Kimmich links, which obviously it's come out today that he's named Arsenal and Manchester City as possible destinations as he's looking to leave at the end in the summer. And we're also going to be talking about the squad depth at Manchester City. Is it enough? Do you have enough players going into the next season? Do you need to still buy more players? I know that a few players are going to be leaving from you. On top of that, you lost players in the previous season, which we've seen already has hurt you at times. But I think the first real question we need to go into, and it was the breaking news, is the Kimmich links is what I want to go into. I want to go into the Kimmich links because I want to speak about Kimmich and get your thoughts of him as a player, because I know you guys were after him in the January transfer window. And there was a lot of talk of Man City going in for him, but FFP obviously got in the way, and that shows that FFP was there for a lot of teams because everybody was wary with these whole new point deductions, so nobody's trying to lose points. But what's your thoughts on Kimmich and him possibly coming to Manchester City?
Well, Kimmich would be a sick signing for any team, man. And as well, you think about the price that you're paying. It's not going to be that much because he's only got a year left on his deal. So, you know, I don't know, man. I had a bit of a debate with my mates in the group chat the other day about how much you reckon it'd cost. I said maybe 60, but they reckon, some of my mates was like, nah, 40. Like, so it's a bit weird. No one really knows. But basically, you're going to be getting a very good player at massively under market rate. We need someone like that, man, because we'd have no cover at all for Rodri right now. You know, we obviously bought Phillips a couple of years ago. Didn't want him in the first place. That's turned out to be a disaster. Kovacic, who I thought maybe could fill in there for like just a couple of games a season. Pep's really not giving him the reins to do that, so it doesn't look like that's a solution. Nunes hasn't even been tried there, so clearly Pep don't think he's good enough to do that either. And we can't keep playing Rodri 55, 60 games a season, plus add another 12, 15 for Spain. You know what I mean? He's playing like 75 games a year. That's not feasible, man. And we will run him into the ground before it's time. So we have to find out a solution. And Kimmich, for me, Kimmich would be a fantastic signing because Kimmich would effectively, in my opinion, sort of replace Gundogan from this team, but he can also play DM. So we can start resting Rodri, which we've not been able to do for the last 2-3 years. He could play right back as well. And he's worked with Pep Guardiola before. So, like, we typically have a rule for City fans that, like, whenever we sign a player, kind of don't really rate them in the first year because it's irrelevant. It's pointless. Like, because none of them really work in the first year. They all take, like, a year to get into it. So, but with Kimmich, you kind of like to think that he wouldn't really need that year because he's already worked with Pep. He's already played under the Pep system and stuff. It might take him a couple of months maybe to get into the swing of things, but I'm hoping that he would just go straight into it. So I want my team to be all over this deal. I think he's clearly available, as per the news coming out yesterday that Bayern are happy to sell him if he doesn't want to sign a new deal. And if my club's not interested, I think that's very silly, man.
Yeah, listen, I completely agree, bro. I think he's 29, so he's still in his prime years. And as a midfielder, especially as a DM, you can play until you're like 33, 34, 35. We
Well, this
saw
is the
how
prime.
long
How old are you, bro?
Fernandinho played for.
How old are you?
I'm 27,
But you
27.
know what's crazy, yeah? Is that when we was growing up, when players were signed when they were 28, 29, everyone was always buzzing about it. It was like, we've got the
Mm,
player in the prime. This is fucking mint. There's been a shift, and I'm pretty sure this is because of FIFA, yeah, and like Football
mhm,
Manager and shit like that. If you sign a 29-year-old now, they're finished. They're finished now. Everyone wants a
mm.
24-year-old or 23. It's proper weird, man. Like I say, when I was growing up, if you signed a 29-year-old, that was like, yo, my team's just signed a player in the prime.
Look at
That's like,
Drogba. Look
yeah,
at
like
Drogba when Chelsea got him for like that
this
28
is it.
guy, bro.
Yeah, this is it. But like football changed, man. Football's changed, and like if you say, "Oh, we're
Mm,
signing a 29-year-old," people are like, "No, that's dead. They're finished." It's like what? That's literally their prime years. You're getting them
mm.
at their best. So yeah, I'm not sure what exactly caused that shift in football fans. I think it's something to do with FIFA personally, because like
Shall I tell you?
whenever I speak to older people who don't play FIFA, like they never say it. It's always
Mm,
the younger people who are like, "Oh no, it's too old." You know what I
mm.
mean?
I'll tell you what it is. What it is that's caused this shift is because we're seeing such young talent now in the likes of Mbappe, the likes of Haaland, the likes of Phil Foden, Saka, all of these young players, Bellingham, all of these young players are playing at such a high level and they're playing at such a good level that it feels like their primes are moving up. And it feels like people are now thinking that the
Yeah,
prime of a player
I've
is in
got a problem with that, bro.
24, 25,
I've got a
26.
problem with that though. Some of those name them players again. What players you used to say then?
Mbappe, Haaland, Foden, Saka, uh, um, Bellingham. These players, they're thinking that their prime is going to be
Yeah, but
25,
one of the
26.
problems is though is that like football's fallen off, bro.
Mm,
Football's fallen off, man. The talent drain, which I've been saying for years, is real. So like we're only talking about those young players because between like after like Jude Bellingham, Mbappe, and Haaland, anyone over 24 isn't like a mint player no more. Not like a world class, like a proper world. I'm talking like
Yeah,
the
world class,
Iniestas,
world class.
even like the Modric's, these type of players. Like they're just like good players. Like Kimmich is a good player. He's a solid player. Yeah,
Mm,
but so this is why people speak about those players because there is no one in that gap. There's like a gap between anyone that's like 22, 23 and like 30. There's no one like proper world class anymore. So that's why.
mm.
But you can still pick up good players. Like Kimmich is still a good player. For example, yeah, would Chelsea have been better off getting Caicedo for 115 or Kimmich for 60? They would have got better off getting Kimmich for
Mitch.
60
Yeah.
million. For the here and now, he's got the experience. Okay, you only getting him for 5 years or 6 years rather than
Mm,
12 years or 13 years. But
mm.
no one actually knows if Kimmich is going to be quite good. I mean, I watched Chelsea the other day against who was it? Coventry, was it? I mean, he was
Yeah,
giving the
yeah.
ball away left, right, and centre. Every time he got on the ball, he looked pretty poor. You know what I mean? So I just
Mm,
think like there's this too much of an obsession with signing players who are like young to have them in the
mm,
club for like 10, 12 years,
mm.
rather than just getting actual solid talent that you know is gonna work for you. You know what I mean? So this Kimmich deal for me is just a perfect deal, and you should be in for him. We should be in for him. United, literally
Bro,
every club
I
really should be
hope.
trying to get this guy.
I really hope we're in for him, bro. We better be in for this guy because talents like this don't come in every single day, bro. They don't come in every single day. We need him just for the experience in the Champions League alone. That's what we
Mhm,
need him for. You guys obviously need him to give you a Rodri backup. And let's be serious, Rodri, like you said, bro, he's working like a dog, bro.
mhm,
Every single game, bro, he's playing. Even he said himself, he was like, bro, sometimes I'm just tired because there's too many games. I'm playing too much. And I know he doesn't want to say it in a way where he makes it look like he doesn't want to play football because he wants to play.
mhm,
But like sometimes you gotta understand the guy's human, bro. He's not a robot. No
mhm.
matter what people want to say about Haaland and the fact that he may be a robot, who knows? It's not confirmed yet. But Rodri, bro, he needs some rest at times, bro. And you need to have, and Calvin Phillips is just not the guy to rely on. He's not. He's a massive drop off in quality if you're putting Calvin Phillips in the instead
Nah,
of
that guy, he's not good enough. He was never good enough in the first place. But I said it when we
Mm,
signed him. I said, nah, they say this is just stinky deal. It's a stinky deal. You see, you gotta be quick. You gotta be when
mm,
you're playing in that DM position for City, for someone like City, yeah, you've got to be quick, man, to cover ground, because you're left exposed and you've either got to be physically quick, like a Fernandinho, or
mm,
mentally quick, like Rodri. Like Rodri isn't like he's fast, but like he's not like Aaron Lennon, you know what I mean? Like so, but he's in up here. His football IQ, Rodri, gets him in
yes.
the positions before it's needed. But yeah, I'm looking at Rodri here. Last year, he played 56 matches for Manchester City. That's 4,476 minutes total. He also played 7 games in the European qualifiers. He played 1 game in the international friendly. That's 8. So 8. What's 8 at 56? 64. He also
Yes.
played 1, 2, 3 UEFA Nations League games. That's what
Mm.
60, 67.
67. Yeah,
He
yeah,
then
67.
played 1, 2 UEFA Nations League finals games. So he played 69 matches in one season.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. The number of games that this guy's playing, it's not normal. It's not.
He'll
And
fall off.
I
I
understand.
guarantee you this, yeah. City fans won't want to hear this. If we don't sort this out, he will fall off way before he's expected to. Because the
Yeah.
human body is not capable of playing that many games at such a high intense level year after year after year. You know what I mean? You can't play 69 matches a season, man.
Mm,
You might be able to do it if you're a mid-table team and you're sort of like coasting games towards the end of the season. But like when we get back from this international break, like the mental fatigue that's going to be put on some of these matches and the physical fatigue. Then he's
mm.
got bloody Euros in the summer with Spain. It's too much, man. We have to. If we don't sort this out in the summer, man, honestly, I might call for Tiki's head, bro. Because serious, man, you cannot continue like this.
Mm.
It's not even fair on a
Bro,
guy, man. You can't expect him to play that much.
I have a similar thing with him and with Saka. This is a similar thing that I have with Saka. If Saka continues playing the amount of games that he plays, same thing with Rodri,
Yeah, it's
they will
facts.
pick up injuries so early in their careers. They will pick up injuries and they will start to get injured. They will start to get maybe their joints and they could get ligament damage. They could get hamstring damage, muscular damage, bro. Because you playing that many games, season after season after season, although we can say, oh my god, look at these players, they never get injured, bro. It always comes back to get you in the end. It always comes back to get you. If you're not injury prone at the start and you're playing all them games, bro, you're gonna be injury prone in the end. I
Mm,
guarantee your
facts.
career, you won't be able to do it, bro. So you have to take care of your body and you have to manage your game time, which I feel like has not been
But
managed correctly,
I've said this about though about Arsenal. Is that like at some point, yeah, you should 100% try Gabriel Jesus right wing
bro. That's the aim,
because
bro.
I'm telling you, man, that was his best position at City, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying
Do you
just
see?
FYI, I'm not saying replace Saka. I'm just saying when you need to give Saka a rest or when Saka's out of form, play Jesus there. He plays good there, man. That guy is not a striker. He's not a
Well, he
striker,
played.
bro.
He played. This is the thing. I don't classify Jesus as a striker. I classify him as a forward because I think he can play on either anywhere in the front three. He can play on the left. He can play on the right. He can play down the middle. He could do whatever. Yeah. Now his main thing for me isn't goals. His main thing for me is his ability on the ball, his ability to find the pass and make space and
Mm,
create space in that area. That's what I need from him.
hmm
Okay. I can fully understand if we play him on the right wing. We played him against Manchester City. Look what he did to Josko Gvardiol, bro. He
mm,
was he was literally making him turn around, do circles, bro. He was like he couldn't handle him because he's just all over the place. And you need that on the wing, bro. Sometimes you need that. You need someone that's unpredictable. You don't know what they're gonna do, and he didn't know what Jesus was gonna do on the day. So I definitely think we need to try him more on that right wing. 100%. We definitely need to. Um, and just overall, I think Saka, we've needed a lot, or we've been asking a lot for like backup for Saka because
Should have got
we
one in the summer,
still
man. I
see.
said this in the summer, and I got a lot of Arsenal stick. Yeah, a lot of Arsenal fans was giving me stick in the summer saying we don't need cover for. And I'm not saying anyone in the chat. But I'm just saying like this is actually what happened in
Mm,
the summer. I was like, you need cover for Saka because playing in this much ain't. Because you remember there was a period last season, right, where people was like, oh my god, how great is that Saka is playing all these games? And I was like, it's good that you don't get injured, but it's also not good that he's having to play all these games. I said in the
mm,
summer that they should have signed a right winger, yeah, or someone who can play in multiple positions. And I got so many Arsenal fans saying, you don't know what you're talking about, man. We don't need to sign one. And I was like, you guys don't know what you're talking about, man. Seriously. I'm
mm,
not saying replace the guy. I'm just saying and by the way, right, and this could be scarier, if you sign someone on that right hand side, it could make Saka even better. Because
mhm.
at the moment, yeah, that guy's got no competition. You remember earlier in the season, like
None.
I think it was maybe in December, January, he was playing. He had like a few really bad games. I remember like Fulham away. I know
Mm.
he scored the game, but like he scored at Fulham away, but he was really bad. And there was like
How's
another
it
game.
tapping, bro?
Yeah. And there was like another game that he was really bad. And he never got subbed
Mm,
off and he stayed on the pitch. I was like, right, he should have been off because he was bad. Imagine if he has competition and he all of a sudden, instead of walking into training going, oh yeah, I'm definitely playing it at the weekend, he walks into
mm,
training and goes, hey, yo, I might not even play the weekend because this guy's actually pretty sick.
mhm.
Suddenly, he has to squeeze out an extra 5-10% in training. Suddenly, he has to do that in the games as well. You could actually get someone even better than Bukayo Saka from
Mm,
Bukayo Saka because he has to elevate his game. And it happened
mm,
when we had Kyle Walker and we had Danilo. Danilo was like a decent player. He was like a solid player. Always give you like 7 out of 10s. And
mm,
then we got rid of him and got Cancelo in. That season, one of the best seasons we've seen from Kyle Walker. Because all of a sudden,
mm.
Kyle Walker had like legit challenges from Cancelo, and he went over. So, from an Arsenal point of view, you need to do that because you need to get
Mm.
cover for Saka if he gets injured. But look at the positives
Yeah.
as well. Like you could actually Saka could go up another level if you got competition.
Bro, we've got the proof there. The proof is in the pudding, bro. Look at last season. We went and got Trossard, who can play on that left wing. And what happened to
Mm,
Martinelli in that second half of the season when we got Trossard? Martinelli went up levels. He was scoring, he was assisting, he just looked more hungry. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
he was playing out of his skin in that second half of the season. So that's the proof to me that you get the right competition, you get someone that's going to give him a kick up the backside and say, listen, I'm here, bro. Yeah. If you drop one stinky performance, bro, I am coming for that spot. You give them that feeling, bro. I think it just they no longer get complacent. They no longer
Mm.
feel like, oh, we're just you know what I mean. I'm a starter anyway. What's the worst thing that's gonna happen? I'm gonna get dropped? No, I'm not. And that's what Pep does. I feel like that's why Pep never really gives somebody a proper consistent starting position. He doesn't
Mhm.
because he wants you to know, like, bro, you're replaceable. I can replace someone and put him in your position easy, and that's why he gets the best out of his players. Because
Yeah, no, 100%. And I also think that that's reinforced by the fact that we sold Zinchenko, Sterling, and Jesus.
Mhm.
3 players that have played quite a lot of football for us. You know what I mean? And I reckon if like you're a player in the dressing room and when you heard the news that they're leaving, you're probably going, damn, Sterling. Not the season that he left, he didn't play that much, but like in previous years, he was like starting 11 every single game. You know what I mean? Looking at Jesus, okay, like there was sometimes he was on the bench, but he still played a lot of football. Zinchenko was basically our left back for 2 years. Suddenly, you're looking around the dressing room going, damn, this guy's not asked about losing because at the time Sterling was England's right winger, yeah, or
Mm,
left winger, or whatever. He's like, damn, he's not asked. Like he'll get rid of anyone.
mm,
This is not a surprise, by the way. You would have to look at what he did when he went into Barcelona. Well, not the first time, the only time when he went into Barcelona. Look what he did there. He tore that apart, man. Ronaldinho, see ya. Deco, see ya.
mm.
Ibrahimovic,
Yeah,
bye. You know what I mean? Like he
bro.
don't care. You know what I mean?
He's the thing is, Pep is good for that because he'll make it so you have to work hard to stay in his system. You have to focus. You have to play for his system. If you don't, you're out of there. And Henri said it best, bro. Bro, the best striker in the world, and this man was using him as a decoy, bro. Man wasn't even using him up top, bro. Do you know how disrespected he looked, bro? He's like, bro, I'm the best striker in the world at that point. And
Mm,
man's using me as a decoy in his system. And every time I'm trying to go in to score, He's turning to me in half time and saying to me, "No, you stick to the system. You don't move from the system. I want you to be the guy that's making space."
Mhm.
Like, bro, Pep is just great for that, and I honestly wish that Arteta would be able to utilize that and get players in. So these players don't think, oh, my position is safe. It's not safe. You're at a big football club, so you should be expected to do your absolute best. Otherwise, your position is gone, and
Facts, bro.
we can't be having crappy performances. But speaking on the team, I want to get to your squad depth because I know it's been a lot of it split the fan base a bit because a lot of people are saying that we've got enough of a squad depth, and a lot of people like Hamza are saying now we need to get more and more players. We need midfielders. Nunes hasn't really hit the ground running. Kovacic in certain games hasn't looked it. Kyle Walker looks like he's falling off. Unfortunately, in recent games he hasn't looked how he was. I think right now the only thing he's got going for him is that recovery pace, which is absolutely insane. The fact that he's still got that right now. But
Mm.
what's your thoughts on the whole Man City squad depth
Well,
situation?
there's a myth. There's a myth. It's either a myth, yeah, or people are just spreading fake news that City have this mad squad. City don't have a mad squad. We have actually one of the smallest squads in the Premier League. As because Pep wants a small squad. He don't like having a big squad. Nor does Jurgen Klopp. They don't like having big squads. What they have is, or Pep Guardiola certainly has it, is players that can play multiple positions, like Bernardo Silva, like Phil Foden. Yes, they can play multiple positions. We have no left back at our football club. We've not had a left back at our football club since Benjamin Mendy. Yeah, and Benjamin Mendy has not played for our football club for like 4 years. We don't have a left back. Our left back is Ake and Gavardio. They're both centre half. We have one right back. So we have players who can play multiple positions. I do feel though, in the summer, we need to add more because the Champions League, more games. The Club World Cup in the summer, more games. Like that's going to a proper tournament, knockout tournament. So we have to have, I think we need to add to the current size, maybe one or two players. I think we have to add one or two players.
In what positions do you think you need to tackle
I
at the
think we
moment?
need another creative midfielder because I don't think you can rely on just Phil Foden and Kevin De Bruyne because Kevin De Bruyne we've got to accept that he's 33. He's getting injuries. He might stay fit all season. Who knows? But like you've got to accept that he probably will get another injury next year at some point. Also, you've got to think about he is on the decline now. Obviously, he's getting on for 33, so you've got to think about his replacement. So I personally would like to get his replacement in before Kevin leaves, so it's like a smooth transition. So you're not just like so he doesn't just leave and then it's all of a sudden like, oh yeah, we need to get someone. Like no, I don't want to do that. I want to do it like get someone in. So a creative midfielder, and then we could probably do with a fullback. But also our winger situation.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you not need a right winger?
Yeah, we could do with a right winger, to be honest with you. But like, we signed a Savio kid from Girona. I just think that like, I don't know if this guy is going to be coming into our first team, man. I really don't know. He's very hit and miss. He's still so young. He's 19, and we've already got one project in Doku. You really want two projects in the same position on the wings? I think that's a little bit of a stretch. So it wouldn't surprise me if Savio was signed and then maybe loaned out for a year or two, let Doku build, and then you can start the next project with Savio. Other than that, it's just like replacing players that leave. So Bernardo will probably leave. You need to replace him, in my opinion, with Paqueta from West Ham. That's like the perfect replacement for Bernardo Silva. The midfielder, I'd love Musiala or Wirtz. I think they're both going to be tricky. But Musiala still not signed that new deal. I know there's rumours all the time about him signing a new deal, but he's still not signed it. So I would like to go for Musiala. Wirtz is the dream, man, because I think Wirtz is the most similar player stylistically to Kevin De Bruyne. Yeah, and I think he's the dream, man. But I don't know, like when I read the news and the rumours, I don't get the vibe that he wants to leave Germany. Do you get me? Do you know, like when you always hear the news about Barella at Inter, like, there's always the rumor going around that, like someone's interested, but he don't want to leave Italy. He's happy in Italy. He don't want to leave. It's like you kind of hear the same with Wirtz. I'm not 100% sure if he wants to actually leave Germany. So he's the dream, Wirtz, but if not, Musiala, If not, then I don't know. Maybe leave it a year and just run Foden, De Bruyne. You still have Paqueta who can play in that position. But then if you don't sign an attacking mid, then you definitely need to sign a winger. Because here's the thing, right? If you sign Paqueta can play left wing, right wing, false nine, midfield, yeah. And obviously you've still got Doku who can play left wing, right wing. If you don't sign a midfielder, you've got to sign Paqueta and a winger, in my opinion. Because if Kevin De Bruyne or Foden goes down, and you're in a game where you need to send it, then you've got to play Paqueta in the middle with the other player. Then you've got no right winger other than Doku. And I just think that like having two available wingers then probably isn't the best idea when you've got all these fixtures. So yeah, probably a winger, probably a creative midfielder, and maybe a wing back.
The thing for me is obviously when it comes to the winger position, I think you guys definitely need to go in for a winger, in my personal opinion.
Who's out there though, bro?
If I was to look at it right now, Jared Bowen can come. Bro, listen, don't drop that. Don't drop
man.
that face.
He's a
Don't drop
good
that
player,
face.
man. But you're being
Don't drop
serious.
that face. Bro, he's shown at times that he can score goals, bro, from that right wing. He's played
but
there at times from
gravy here, man. You know what I mean? We're talking about a player who's
okay,
27. He's at West Ham, yeah.
Okay.
We're talking about a player that we need to sign.
LB, what have you just said? What have you just said to me? Who's out there? I'm giving you names. Yeah, I'm giving you names. Just work with me. Right now,
Bowen,
the winger
Bowen.
mark. Okay.
Solid player, by the way, but not for City.
Okay. Harry just said Neto. The thing is with Neto, bro, I'm not even 100% convinced I want him, bro. This guy,
his injury record absolutely
much,
stinks.
It reeks, bro. It reeks.
It stinks. Yeah, it does.
Bro, I'm sick and tired, and I'm pretty sure you're probably sick and tired of it, bro. Of these injury-prone players, bro. I really, I don't know what it is about Neto. Yes, he's got skill. Yes, he's got flair, and he looks like a very good player with a lot of potential. But bro, what's the point of having that?
By the way, I think he's a better fit for Liverpool. Pedro
Neto.
Yeah, I think when Salah leaves, they should sign him. I think he's the
even with the injuries.
Well, you might. Well, you're gonna have to take a risk. Yeah, you know what I mean, like you might as well go for it. But yeah, no, I don't think he suits City completely.
The thing is, I'm trying to think of another winger, that you guys might get. Obviously, Aaron said Kudus. The thing is with Kudus, I don't think he'll leave West Ham yet. I think he might stay there for another season.
Yeah, I also think he's better like playing slightly more
in the middle.
Yeah, in that sort of like half space in between the wing and the central position that's like floating around, and then like, you know what I mean? Because it's difficult for the midfield to pick him up because like, do you go out there and then leave space in the actual mid, or do you just leave him free? I don't know, because obviously Pep likes to have wingers that hold the line, hold the width a lot, and he could do it definitely. But I just don't see him as the type of profile. I would take him, like he's a good player, but I don't think he'd be the move.
Really, you see, now that I think of it, there's not actually a lot of wingers. There's not a lot of wingers unless you
still before football's falling off.
Hold on, hold on. I got you. Let me paint a picture for you right now.
Saka.
Mbappe. No, hold. Astaghfirullah. What are you talking about, Saka, bro? What are you talking about? You're never touching Saka.
I thought you was going to say, let me paint you a picture. Arsenal fall off. We get knocked out by
Bayern. No. Hold on a minute. On my life, you will never touch Saka, bro. You don't think you take a Saka? You better give us 300, 400 million, yeah. Well, it's crazy. But let me paint you a picture right now, yeah. Mbappe goes to Real Madrid, yeah. It's already confirmed. Him and Vinny up top, yeah. They play like a 4-1-2-1-2 or a narrow one with midfielders, yeah. And Vinny and Mbappe up top, yeah. Who's gonna be on the? Where's Rodrigo gonna go if he doesn't get game time?
Rodrigo would be an option.
Rodrigo would be a massive option.
Yeah,
bro.
Listen, him, Valverde will probably both be available. Well, one of them will definitely be available. And yeah, Rodrigo's scored against us a few times, so he likes to go against City. Yeah, possibly an option.
Is this an option? Tabalayan says Kingsley Coleman. would suit City and Haaland down to a T. Would you agree with that?
He's absolutely spot on. There's one major problem. Again,
Injury record?
he stinks. His injury record stinks, bro.
Bro, that's the thing with a lot of these.
You want me to
wingers.
show you his injury record? Yeah, I'll show you it right now. Just to prove
Right.
that it stinks, right? I know this stinks, yeah, because every time I watch Bayern, he doesn't play. Right, injury record. By the way, yeah, he's 27, right? First of all, when you go on transfer marked, he's got 3 pages of injuries, right? Well, that's never a good sign. I always one of my tests when I'm signing a new player and I go on the injury record. If there's a tab system at the bottom of the injury page, i.e., is there like a button that says go to the next page? Straight away, red flag. If there's the number 3, if there's a number 3 there, meaning there's 3 pages, yeah, that's like, nah, get yourself out. Bro, this guy has missed so many games. So many. Just this year, just this season, and by the way, there's still 2.5 months to go. He's already had 3 injuries, yeah, a knee medial ligament tear, torn muscle fibers, and muscle injuries. Yeah, last year actually was pretty calm for him. He only had 2. One was a knock, one was a torn muscle fiber. Year before, he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bro, this guy's a walking injury, mate. Yeah.
You know why you're a gangster?
You think NHS is bad now, yeah? You wait till Kingsley Coleman comes over here, bro. The whole thing will collapse on its knees. Yeah, national insurance payments through the roof just to keep this guy walking. I'm telling you, man.
Do you know why you're a gangster? Because when we're linked to a player, that's my go-to. I do the exact same thing, bro. The first thing I look at is transfer market, injury history, and I need to see what they get in the injury history, bro. If there's tab systems, he's gone. I don't even want him, bro. I don't care the skill. I don't care about the skill, bro. If it's 1 page and it's maybe a few bars, then let me look into it into them and let me see what's going on with the injuries. But bro, if there's tab systems and it's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages, bro, this guy has lost cause, bro. He's lost cause. You know what I mean? Go look at Thiago Alcantara's pages, bro. It's crazy.
You know what I do? He's busted the website, man. Transfer mark goes down every time he gets a new injury. But I would look at someone like Sane, but he looks like he's fallen off, man. Every time I watch him at Bayern, he just looks a bit crap, to be honest. I just don't know, man. I don't know. If Sancho wasn't such a bad attitude problem, I'd take Sancho on that right, but he's just an attitude issue, isn't it? Oh, yo, Staffy, what are you saying, man?
This guy's such a fraud, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, but he's just getting his final digs in because the day that he gets Gareth Southgate as the manager, yeah, he's going to quit YouTube. He has to quit YouTube because the day he gets Gareth Southgate as a Manchester United manager, no United fan who has any self-respect would do any further content whilst Gareth Southgate was the manager of Manchester United. That manager, yeah, has won one thing in his career as a manager: the Toulon tournament. Yeah, that's it. The Toulon tournament. Yeah, you know what that is, bro? No, you don't know what it is, do you? You never heard of it before. It's an under-17s tournament, bro. That's the only thing this manager's ever won. So when Staffy supports Man United with a manager that's only ever won the Toulon tournament, yeah, his YouTube will die off. He will not be doing no content. Now, we'll see how long Gareth Southgate has the job for, but honestly, just enjoy Staffy while he's here because next season, he won't be about, man. He won't be like, he'll have a gap year. He's gonna go like Vietnam, man. You know what I mean? Like, and they're doing a gap year in Vietnam. Like all my mates have gone Vietnam on a gap year. That's what he's gonna do. Chilling over there in the
Man said Sir Him Ratcliffe would never do me dirty, bro. Listen,
all right.
Yeah, let's not go too far. Obviously, I know Staffy's joking, bro, but a lot of people are probably saying that. You know that it's crazy. Big ups Tony Claude, by the way. Make sure to go subscribe to TCGTV. Make sure to go get that done. It was just on his channel before this, so make sure to go and give him a subscription as well, guys. Make sure to get that done for me. Big up for the super chat as well, broski. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Right, let's get to the next bit of business, man. When is Pep leaving, man? When's this guy gone, bro? I'm sick and tired of seeing this guy's face. I'm sick and tired of seeing his face, bro. When is the realistic Like, what is the likelihood of him leaving within the next 2 to 3 years?
How long's a piece of string? Absolutely
How
no
long's a bit
idea,
of
bro.
string?
No one knows, innit? Oh, no
Hey,
one knows. This guy, yeah, loves it. He loves it, man. All he ever talks about is how much he loves it. Bro, the thing is, what you got to realise about Pep, yeah? If he leaves Manchester City, wherever he goes, it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. It's going to be a worse job. There is no better job for Pep Guardiola than this. There's no better job than this. There is no job that can be better than this. Why? Well, one, everyone who works with him, i.e., like the board, are all his mates from Barcelona days. TK, Ferran, yeah, these are all like his dogs, yeah, his mates. He gets what he wants. You know what I mean? He don't get what he wants. Like there are a lot of times when he doesn't get what he wants. Like we didn't get a centre back for a year, didn't get a striker for a year. But like, if he goes to the board and says, "I absolutely 100% need this," like, I'm pretty sure he'll get it, right? And like he enjoys working at City, and in terms of like what's best for him as a coach, winning the Premier League, winning the Champions League at City, like it's the most watched league in the world, right? If he goes to PSG, what's going to be better for him as a manager with a legacy? Winning the Premier League or winning the league on with PSG?
but who's even talking about clubs though, broski?
Well, no,
We're
no. This is
talking
what I'm
we're
saying.
talking about international vibes now. You never know,
But yeah,
bro.
but then you got to ask who. So I said this a lot. I wouldn't do this because I'm a City fan. But England should be trying to get Pep Guardiola to manage them. That's what they should be doing. They're dumb if they're not doing that. They should be saying to Pep, "We're going to sack Gareth after this tournament. We want you to become our manager." That's what that's what England should be doing, right? Now they're probably not going to do that. But if he leaves, what country is he going to go to?
Spain.
Don't see it. He ain't going to
Why?
Spain, bro.
Bro, Spain is literally born and bred to play his style of football, bro. They're
Yeah,
born
but
and bred, bro. They're playing his style of football when
I
they're
don't
in
see it.
diapers, bro.
I don't
Walking.
see it. I don't see it. I don't see
100%.
him managing Spain. I really don't. I don't. Um, yeah, I just can't see that. I can't see it.
I think the English job is a thing that you're on there. You're on to something there.
Yeah, I think he definitely
You
manage
give him
England as
that
well.
you give him the England team, bro. I think this guy wins World Cups, Euros, all sorts, bro.
Yeah,
I
I think
genuinely
so as
think
well.
he could bring it home. I'll be completely real. I think he could bring it home, but when it comes to a club, I don't really think there's another club unless. But even then, would he go there? I'm
Where?
thinking maybe the Madrid job, the Real Madrid
No,
job.
bro. Quiet.
There's too
He ain't
much
going
hostility
Madrid.
there, bro. There's too much hostility there, bro,
Bro, he's
between
born and bred
between the clubs,
Barcelona.
bro. Who knows, bro? Who knows? Sometimes,
No, not
sometimes
who
the
knows. He's never, ever,
sometimes the
ever going to manage
sometimes
Madrid.
the check talks, bro. Money talks. You know
He's
what I
the
mean?
second. He's the second highest paid manager in world football.
Yeah,
He's
listen,
on
man, they'll
double
make
the
him
amount
first.
of. He's on double the amount of money that Carlo Ancelotti's on. You don't need money.
How much is he on, bro?
20 mil.
A year?
Yeah.
Right.
Don Carlo's on 9.8.
That's crazy. Yeah,
You
that's
know,
that's actually
who's the highest paid?
who?
Simeone.
Of course, that guy's gonna be highest paid, bro.
30 million.
Bro, of course he is, bro. He lives, dies, and breathes. Um, Atletico Madrid,
Well,
bro.
he should
They
probably
had
win
to
some
keep
more
him.
trophies then, shouldn't he? If he's on 30 million
Yeah,
quid a year.
30 mil a year is
Should keep him
crazy,
for a sec, yeah.
bro.
This guy's never won a Champions League there. He's won what, a couple of La Ligas, and he's on 30 million. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Uh,
I think we all agree that he's a good manager, but really, 30
respect the
million?
Okay, LB. Firstly, don't just say La Ligas. Don't just say a couple of La Ligas, like as if you didn't do them against some of the best teams in history of football. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I accept that, bro. But 30 mil, highest paid manager in world
30 mil
football.
30 mil is a bit crazy. 30 mil
A
is a bit
bit crazy,
crazy.
bro. He's on 50% more than the guy who's second and is considered the best manager in the world.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That is actually crazy. But listen, realistically, it's more hopeful. I'm speaking more with hope and just praying that he leaves more than
If
it
he leaves,
actually
it'll be
being
for another
reality.
siesta, innit? It'll be what, another year off. I just don't
Really?
see where he goes, bro. There's no club that I look at that'll go, yeah, he'll leave to go to that club. He ain't going PSG, is he? Why does he go PSG for?
Why would PSG even be in the question, bro? They're done. I think once Mbappe is gone, they're done. They
Yes,
are
exactly. So he's not
done.
gonna go. He's not gonna go PSG. Barca are in the mud, so he's gonna go Barca. He's not gonna go any other club in Spain. He ain't gonna go back to Germany, is he? You know what I mean? Because Bayern, obviously, he didn't even get on with the fans really at Bayern Munich.
Mm.
Italy, would he go back to Italy? Don't know. Probably not, but maybe. Who
Mm,
knows? So it's
I don't.
either stay at City, take a year out, or international. And you got to look at who's who really for international. I told you, man. England should be all over this guy. England should be trying to get him. Now I don't want him to go to England. I want him to stay at City, but if I was the England like guy who made the decision, I would be going for
Mm.
Pep. That was my job to hire the next manager. I'd be like, right, we do everything possible to get to Pep.
But it's even whether he wants to go and do an international job, and I think he can, and I think he will eventually want to go into the international route because every manager, like, okay, yeah, you've done it club football, and he has done it in club football. He's won all there is to win. Do you know what I mean? But now we need to go and we need to look at he needs to look at, okay, let me try and dip my toe into the whole international market. Let me see what I'm doing there. You know what I mean? You get given your squad, so you don't have to worry about buying players. All you have to do is worry about picking the right players, and I think he's got a good eye for that. um and I really think he could be successful because his system, the way he plays, is very good for knockout football, especially as well. I think he could really do good in knockout tournaments, especially the World Cup and the Euros. To be honest,
Yeah, no, 100. And it was to
in my
cement his
opinion.
legacy. If he went and won an international tournament, yeah, ideally the World Cup, but even if he won the Euros, right, I think that cements him as probably the greatest manager of all time.
Hmm.
I mean, for me, like from what I've seen, I think he is anyway. But like for the people who are on the fence or maybe just edging towards Sir Alex Ferguson, I think if he went and won an international tournament, I think even those people then at that point would have to put their hands up and go, you know what, this Pep's probably got.
There's a difference there. Alex Ferguson is the greatest um English manager, or the greatest English league manager of all time, yeah. But
Mm.
Pep overall is the greatest manager
Yeah, yeah.
because
No,
of
I accept
him
that. In
doing
terms
it
of
in him doing
English
it in
Premier League,
multiple.
yeah, yeah, English football legacy. He's obviously got a bigger legacy because he's won what 12 or 13 prems, whatever it was. I
Yeah,
accept that. In my opinion, who's a better manager? I genuinely think it's Pep. But for the people that doubt that and think it still is Alex Ferguson, that's what I'm saying. If he was to go and win an international tournament, I think even the like diehard Man United fans at that point would have to look at it and go, well,
he's
that's
something
a
else.
madness. That's a
That's
madness.
something else, bro. It's something else because this
Mm.
guy's literally tackled every single barrier there is to do
Well, like Ed
as
said in the chat there,
a coach.
Pepe's only 53.
Bro. It's
He could wait
weird.
another
Bro.
10, 15 years until he does international football.
It's weird. It's weird how, as for a manager, he's pretty young. Like he's still
Yeah,
got like 10, 15 years in him as a
easy.
manager.
Look at
He
like
can have
Roy
10,
Hodgson was
15 years.
managing until like he's nearly 80
Nah, but
years old. Isn't he?
Roy Hodgson is just that guy is just tapped. I don't know what's going on,
How
bro. My
old's
man's
Don
just
Carlo? Don Carlo must be like late 60s, 70s, isn't it?
Carlo Ancelotti. I think is like in his late 60s. I think
Yeah, it's got to be like
he's in his
68,
late
69 if he's
60s. Yeah,
maybe he's not 70s, but like he's late 60s, surely.
yeah, he's in his late 60s. But that's
So
the
he's got
thing,
another 15 years just to get to Don Carlo's position.
bro. I don't want this guy to. Actually, you know what? Bonnet, let him stay. Let him stay because when we beat Pep Guardiola, it's gonna be even better because we beat one of the best
That's what you
managers.
want. That's what you want. I was on it was on shot. I think it was on Hassan's channel today. I was like, oh, was it Hassan's channel? I was on
It
my big
was.
Terry's channel, and I said like, you know how you got this hard draw, yeah, in the Champions
Mm.
League, and like some Arsenal fans seen the draw and they were like heads down and like, shit, man, this is shit. Like, no, that's what you want. Well, you really like you want to win the
I,
Champions League, right? But you don't want to win it having beaten Benfica, Porto, fucking some other dead team, Villarreal, you know what I mean, and then beat someone crap in the final. Yeah,
mm.
you want to do what City did last year. You want to beat Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, Inter Milan. Like you want to beat three solid teams. Yeah. So then when you win it, no one can chat to me about, oh, you had an easy run. Because you know what, Inter Milan got to the final last year. They had some like a pretty favourable run to the final.
Yeah,
Yeah. So like
Napoli,
Napoli, I think it was like
Inter.
Benfica, something like that. So like if they would have won it, people would be like, oh yeah, they kind of got lucky there. Like no one can say that about City. Like if you win the Champions League this year, no one can turn around to you, Sadia, and say, like you only won it because you got an easy round, like an easy draw.
Mm.
Because you can sit there and say, we beat Bayern Munich, we beat Real Madrid or City, and then we beat PSG, Atletico Madrid in the final. If you win them, you deserve to win it.
You know what? It's great that you bring that up because I think that kind of just brings us straight into the last talking points, which is obviously the title race and this and that. And I think for me, listen, of course, I'm excited to see what happens because we've got Bayern Munich, who are our sworn enemy in this damn Champions League, and then after that we have either Real Madrid or Manchester City.
Mm.
Now, firstly, just putting Bayern Munich on the back burner, the Manchester City or let's just say we do get through against Bayern Munich. The Manchester City and Real Madrid, I'm telling you right now, I'm trying to face Manchester City rather than Real Madrid. Just because I think we'd have a better chance against you guys because you're a known entity rather than Real Madrid, who are an unknown entity for these players. They haven't played against Real Madrid. They haven't really had that full test yet.
You ain't played a bit
And
against Bayern
I'd
Munich.
I'd prefer I'd prefer what did you say?
You not played against Bayern Munich.
No, I'm just it's a hypothetical situation. Let's say we get through against Bayern Munich,
Right,
yeah.
got you.
But Real Madrid is a whole nother level with Bellingham, the way that Chouameni's playing. I think they're gonna by the time we play them. By the time we play them, I think what's his name? Militao is going to be back in the
Mm.
defense. Rudiger's
Courtois
having
now
an
out though.
amazing. Courtois is out, but that Lunin guy is actually moved on.
Yeah,
He's,
he
he's
actually looks.
on steroids, bro. I don't know what's going on with that guy.
Yeah,
How was their third keeper moving brazy like that? It's
yeah.
crazy.
I know. It's
But
crazy, isn't it?
Real Madrid is a whole different like level. I think that's probably like the pinnacle, the top level of football. Like you and Real Madrid are both teams, and out of them two, I'd probably want to face you just because you're a known entity for me. But at the same time, I really want these players to experience like those teams as well. Because at the moment we
Yeah,
need to try and gain as much experience, but I still do want to win the competition. Like I
yeah.
do want to
And you
win the
say that
competition.
about City, but like as of this moment in time, you don't particularly have a great record against us, do you? So like, I just think like I say, it is what it is. Like you get who you get, and it's put up or shut up time. You get Real Madrid, you get Real Madrid. You get City, you get City. Like at the end of the day, you deserve to be here because you're in the competition. You've not been knocked out yet. You know, despite not going through on pens, at the end of the day, you're there. So just it is what it is, and you got to try and find a way, man. Your rip thing for you, and obviously good news for City, is that we play at the Etihad second leg both games. Like, do not underestimate how big that is because last year we smacked up Real Madrid. Yeah, the year before we were the better team against Real Madrid in both of those games. Yeah. The only reason that we lost that game and got knocked out in the semi-final against Real Madrid is because we played second at Bernabeu. Why? Because we crumbled at the end. We don't crumble like that if we're at the Etihad. Yeah. We crumbled because of the Bernabeu. The Bernabeu makes people crumble, mate. That's what it
Mhm,
does. They did the same to Chelsea. Chelsea were
mhm.
cruising and then they come back against them. The Bernabeu makes people crumble. So for me, yeah, having second leg at Etihad both games is massive. Obviously, you're away both times. But
Bro,
it's just different, man. It's just different. Like when
Allianz
you're
Arena, bro.
yeah, when you're there at the Allianz, right, and it's getting 30 minutes to go, and the game's evenly balanced or whatever, and the
Mm,
Allianz Arena crowd just like go fucking mental, and like, the atmosphere just pops off, and the Bayern players just like feeding off the energy and like the electricity, like your manager would talk about the light bulb, yeah.
mm.
Like your players at that point could crumble, like because that's what happens. Like it happened to City. It happened to City at the Bernabeu. So it is massive, but you've got to just try and find a way to deal with that.
But this is the thing, LB, yeah, because in coming on to Bayern now, even in that Porto game, like Saliba didn't have the best of games. Like you could see that he was nervous. You
Nah,
could
bro, I
see
think
that
Saliba. I'm not gonna
you
lie,
could.
man. I think Saliba's been overhyped this year. I think Gabriel's been clear of him as a defender. Genuinely, I watch all your games doing the hate alongs, right,
I,
and do the pray alongs.
there you are.
I genuinely think that Saliba's has took a bit of a drop this year compared to last year. I don't think he's fallen off. I just put it out there. I just think he's taken a little bit of a drop. I think Gabriel this year, in my opinion, from watching all your games, has been your better defender. I don't even
Shall I
think it's
tell
up
you
for
what it
debate.
is?
I don't think
I
it's up
think
for debate.
firstly I have I don't think it's a hot take. I think it's actually a very good take. That Gabriel has actually been one of the best centre backs in the league this season. But what I'm gonna say with Saliba is because he set such a high level last season, and because he set such a high level towards the start of this season, when he has average games, because he drops off, people think it's, oh, he's had a bad game, but he's really dropped to like a maybe a 6, maybe a 5. But if you look at Saliba, I think at times during that Porto game he got nervous. There's been other times where he's made some stupid mistakes, but Saliba will always, 9 times out of 10, will make the right decision. It's only that odd occasion where he'll make a stupid decision, which it's very rare, bro, that he makes it. I
Mm,
still think the fact that he's able to read the game, and it is like the most like for like defender to Van Dijk, or the closest match to a Van Dijk that we have in this league, just because of how he reads the game,
mm,
is for me, it puts him in a level of his own with Van Dijk. Obviously, they've both made mistakes this season, but for me, I agree with you in the fact that I think Gabriel's been um, our best defender this season, and in my opinion, he's been the best defender in the league. I just, from where he's come from last season to where he is now, with the aggressiveness that he has, the ability to time his tackles to perfection, where before he wasn't doing that. Before he had a bozo moment in him, now he's very competent. He's able to keep calm and collected. He's adding passing and on the ball ability to his game, bro.
mm,
It's crazy the levels that he's gone up, Gabriel, from where he was, bro. Like
mhm,
it's actually crazy if you look at him, and how like much he's gone up in levels.
mhm,
But yeah, listen, Saliba this season, I think in certain games he's looked a bit shaky. Do you know what I mean? In
mm.
certain games, um, he's looked a bit shaky,
It's
and
not
at the
falling
top
off, man. It's
level,
just like you say, when you have such a good season, you set standards. And people
yeah,
people people will highlight, and it's right, people will highlight when you're not meeting those standards. And if you don't highlight it, then who the pressure won't be on him to get back to those standards. By the way, the same thing's happened with Ruben Diaz this year. Ruben Diaz this
mm,
year has been nowhere near his best. And I called it
mm,
out multiple times. And now he's starting to get better. He's starting to get better now as the season comes to a close. So,
mm,
listen, everyone, as a player's not going to play at 10 out of 10 all season long and be in that purple patch of form all season. They are going to have
mm,
slight dips, but Saliba's still young. But yeah, like I say, you've got a decent little partnership there, and you need to
yeah.
keep them fit.
But obviously, speaking on the runs, because we do have the hardest. I think we have the hardest run out of the three. Out of the three, I think we have the hardest run going into this title race. Liverpool taking this loss in the FA Cup. What are your thoughts on that? Could that do something? Because obviously we're going to talk title race now.
Yeah, yeah.
Liverpool taking this loss, it's the worst thing. Listen, we all know it's the worst thing going into a title, when you're going into a international break. You cannot lose that game, bro, because it sits there and it plays on your mind for the whole 2 weeks
I agree.
of
I
the
agree.
international
No,
break.
listen, I know it's FA Cup, it's not the league, yeah, but like, I said that defeat and the way that more so the way they played has
Yeah,
given me confidence in this league. Now,
same.
it's not changed anything fundamentally because I still think we need to beat Arsenal in that first game back. I think if we beat you in that first game at Etihad, I think we'll go on and win the league. Because actually, I think that Liverpool might drop more points than I initially thought. I initially thought there was maybe 2 games, yeah, where Liverpool would drop points. Now I'm looking at it and saying, oh, there's potentially 4 games there now. And I'm not saying they're going to drop points in 4 games. I'm just saying there's 4 games now where they could drop points, whereas previously I thought it might only be 2. So
Mm.
I think if we beat you, I think we can go on and win the league. I think if you beat us, then I still think it's between you and Liverpool. I think if you beat us, I think we're out the race. To be honest with you, I think it's going to be very difficult. But if you beat us, I wouldn't say it's definitely going to be Arsenal. But I still think that you've obviously got a great chance. But I think if we beat you, I'd be very confident that we'll go on and
Yeah.
win that league, man.
Yeah, I listen. For me, I said it's a must win, and a lot of people take that. A lot of people take that as, oh, so you're expecting to beat City. You're expecting to go and beat City. No, when I say it's a must win, I'm saying it's a must win for us to go and win the league,
Yeah,
because
nah, people just being
that
stupid
kind
when they
of,
say that.
bro, that kind of that kind of adrenaline, that boost that it gives you to beat Manchester City at the Etihad, bro, is
Hmm.
crazy. You feel
But
untouchable after that. Do you know what I mean? So listen, it's definitely going to be an interesting run. I'm looking forward to it. I know you are as well. Obviously, we'll probably see you back here for the preview, hopefully, and that's good. That's going to be a massive game. That's gonna be a massive game, bro.
mhm.
All eyes are gonna be on Manchester City versus Arsenal, man. So I can't wait, man. I can't lie. I'm looking forward to it, bro. But listen, I guess we'll end it there. This was a very successful episode, man. I was
Good, bro.
bro,
I enjoyed it. You know.
bro. I love doing these things, man. Just sit here, talk about the teams and that. But listen, LB, I appreciate you for joining me on Cold Hard Truths, bro. Guys, make sure to go and subscribe to LB's channel. Link will be in the description, so make sure to go and get that done for me. Make sure to also smash a like on the video. Make sure to get that also done for me, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are on the road to 2K, so make sure to get that done for me, people. I do appreciate everybody who has tuned in today. Big up to everybody. Love you guys. Peace out, people. Laters. Peace.